Is this your first round of interviews for this?
It is, yeah.
It's terrifying. It's terrifying.
Yeah.
At least you're fresh.
Yeah, there you go.
Because in about... Are you going to Toronto with us?
Yeah, we are, yeah.
Yeah, we'll give you 3 weeks' time. You're going to be watching about 2 hours, I expect. Certain questions will have become monotonous to the point of... Don't. Again. This morning there was an article in the New York Times. Has anyone mentioned that?
No, they haven't.
They haven't. All right. Well, it raised the question, and I'm only going to raise it now because it's first thing in the morning. This is one of your first interviews. You're going to get this constantly. How can a non-transgender person play a transgender character?
And the question, how am I? Okay.
That was the question posed in the interview.
Yeah, I think it's an incredibly valid question, and for me, it's been one that I've sort of mulled over. There have been a huge history of cisgender success on the back of trans stories, and it was something that lived with me. That being said, I believe that as actors you should be able to play everything. I hope there will come a time in which trans actors and actresses are playing cisgender roles. There's a small Rebecca Root, who's a wonderful trans actress who's in this film, who plays the nurse, playing a cisgender role, in which, in the same way that one of my first ever professional plays was playing Viola in Twelfth Night, there are now sort of all-female productions of Julius Caesar that I saw a year or so ago in London. I feel like the second you have to limit actors by their sexuality or gender or race, it can become complicated. That being said, there is not enough opportunity for trans actors and actresses, and a lot of that is that there needs to be a shift and change within that. I'm seeing that happening now, and there is this year in London, Central School of Speech and Drama are doing a trans workshop for actors and actresses because they haven't had enough opportunity and experience. But it's not just about casting for me, it's about being in front and behind of the camera, and it's not just about Hollywood, it's about discrimination across the board. In America, you can be fired in 32 states for being trans. I feel like it's a bigger question, and I absolutely understand that there are some formidable trans actors and actresses who could have played this part.
Out of curiosity, when did you first hear of the idea of this? When did you first receive when was it first mooted? That's the word I'm looking for.
I was sent the script 5 years ago, when I was making Les Miserables, and that's when I became attached to the film, and so in some ways the arrival now of it coming out at a time in which the discussion is loud and as it should be. It's a moment of change, and it's a civil rights movement. But it's sort of, there must be. It's seemingly sort of not coincidental, but it's extraordinary.
Take a sip of your tea while I ask the next question. Because in fact, that's often so overlooked on these occasions, the distance between you coming out and having to face all these interviews and the presentation of the film and everything, and respective to when it was actually filmed, to when the history, society evolves in the meantime. How has it changed your perspective on the subject? And had you heard of the character ever before?
I'd never heard of Lily before. I had heard of Lily was when I was working with Lana Wachowski, and I'd read the script, and I was talking to Lana about her and the paintings and the entire life around her. Lana talked to me about with great passion, and the process has been the greatest education. I was pretty ignorant when I started, and that has been for me the most profound part of making this film has been my education, and every day I keep learning. So
does it make you, when you hear the negative, the people who are totally against anything like this?
Yeah. It makes me pretty angry.
Makes you pretty angry. Yeah. It should make us angry, really.
Yeah.
Was there any concern on your part from doing two real-life characters? I never know how to call this. They're not characters, they're real-life people. Portraying real-life people in successive films?
No, I'm an actor. I should be so lucky to be employed. Frankly, I know it sounds silly, but I was attached to this before The Theory of Everything. I was making it while The Theory of Everything was coming out. As an actor, your dream is to be a part of interesting storytelling and playing interesting people. And I've been very lucky in the past 2 years to get to play two such formidable people, and people like this don't come around very often. So no, I didn't feel any. I never sort of judge things in terms of that. It's just really what the story is, I suppose.
No, that's what this crowd does.
Yeah.
I suppose I represent that crowd.
Yeah.
I have to finish, don't I, ma'am?
Yes.
I do. Mr. Redmayne,
Nice to meet you.
it was super. I've just seen the film.
Oh, wow.